Good morning, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. We're doing a cattle drive down the road. Going from, this is our longest cattle drive in one section. It's from the end of docks back to the Judy Farm. About from where we brought them this morning, probably a mile and a half, 2 miles. And we've got the wire put out this morning. We got an hour earlier start this morning because of the nature of the ground. It was really soupy from all the snow and ice melt. And so we got it to 60 degrees yesterday, took a lot of the frost out of the ground. And so by getting started at 6:30 this morning while it was just daylight, we got this wire up, and now it's just now the sun's coming up. And these cows are going to be so happy. They're going on to we saved some of our best stockpile for March. And we're at the 3rd week of February right now. Actually approaching the 4th week. It was just the 26th, so we've only got 2 more days of February left. There's 375 head coming at us, and probably had 100 or more go by already. There's old Blackie. Oh, there's a pretty bull calf. Man, 2 of them. Speaking of nice young bulls, there's another good one. I think we may have our best yearling bull crop ever. As far as just nice, compact, thick masculinity. You know, just the kind of bulls that'll give you those 1,000-pound cows in your herd. You got those 1,400 pounders, you want to downsize them. These guys will sure do it. We're going to be getting them up in a couple days, so we've stopped taking orders on bulls until we find out exactly how many we have to offer, because I sure don't want to oversell them. We've already had a lot of people put down deposits. I don't want to. Last thing I want to do is tell somebody I can't get them a bull after they sent their money, and that'd be awful. But we're going to take care of that tomorrow. We're going to go through them and sort them and just kind of see what we got. I think last we counted on this first sort, there's going to be 80 coming out. And of course, a lot of those are going to be steers. And there's going to be some pretty good bulls in there, though. Well, there's a nice heifer. Man, there's another one. You notice all these cattle coming by, most of them have pretty good gut capacity. They don't have the long feathery legs on them, and that's kind of what we want. We've decided the only way to make money with grass is to have a barrel on short legs, shorter. If you don't have that, see, there's a young heifer right there. She's no good. She doesn't have any gut. So that heifer there, actually it's the first calf heifer. She's already had a calf, so she's a cow. But she's no good. She doesn't have any gut. So we'll sell her. Boy, there's a nice bull. Every now and then one slips past us, you know, and it looks kind of decent until she calves, and then they don't have gut, and they go through the winter. Because see, we don't wean them. We don't wean the calves off the cows. So we're putting probably more pressure on our cows than about anybody through the winter. Because they still got calves sucking on them. But it's just a little bit of milk. You know, our cows don't put out a whole lot of milk. And you don't want a beef cow that puts out a ton of milk, because she'll get thin on you in the wintertime trying to keep a calf going. And if we weaned all these calves like everybody, you know, 7 months old in the fall, what would we do with these, you know, 130, 140 calves? We'd have to have another herd somewhere. You talk about killing your grazing rotation, that would do it. Now you got a whole other herd you got to deal with. And that minus 25 below wind chill the other day, I was darn thankful to have one water tank to deal with and one set of animals to unroll a bale for, or move a wire for, whatever. I can't imagine having two. There's a young Hereford, shows more Hereford. She's got too much leg. She's gone. There's another kind of a Hereford-looking thing. She's missing hair on her butt. That's from the bulls riding her. Took the hair off of her. There's a good cow. Boy, there's a beautiful heifer right there. There's another one. There's another one. Oh, look at that dark one right there. Oh, she's beautiful. That little Hereford heifer's pretty. Man, there's a bunch of them. Okay, now here's one that's leggy. She's no good. She's going to town. See how thin she is? She's had the same forage movement that the other cattle, but she's got too much leg, folks. And that's what the industry wants. They want leggy animals that are hard in keeping, so you can feed them a lot of grain in a feedlot. If you're going to make money and you want to put it in your pocket and pay off your farm and send your kids to school or whatever, you can't have animals. There's another one. We got 3 of them in here. That's the 3rd one. You need animals more like that. That's thick. And those animals there will make your farm payment. That's because you don't have to feed them anything hardly. They just can look at grass and get fat. They don't take a lot of grass to stay fat. And that's because they got a big old gut on them like that. See, those cows got gut. That's a big old steer. Something peaceful about watching cows just walk down a cattle drive like this, and we're going to be done here in just about 5 minutes. It actually took us about 15 to 20 minutes to put this wire up. So a total of 30 minutes. We moved 375 head, almost 2 miles. You think I could have done that with a stock trailer? I don't think so. So one thing I want everybody to kind of keep an eye on, I'm just giving you thinking outside the box here, for anybody, wherever you live in your community, keep an eye out for those little 3 to 4 or 5 acre tracts around you that nobody's doing anything with, especially if you can walk your animals to them, and go and make a proposition about possibly grazing the animals on their farm for maybe a quarter of a beef. Give them something. For using that pasture. If you could graze their let's just say they had 5 acres, a couple 100 yards down the road shoulder from you, just walk your animals down there to it. What if you could do that 4 to 5, 6 times a year? And you're taking those animals off of your farm and they're grazing somewhere else. That's worth a ton to you, folks. And a lot of people have these little pieces. They bought them. They might be mowing them, or they may let somebody else mow them, or they're giving away the hay. They don't really have any idea about grazing it. That's where you come in. So, there's Grandma. So keep an eye out for those little small areas. There's Grandma's heifer calf right behind her. She's just a wonderful cow. See that bull there? He's got gut. Big old gut. He's short to the ground. He just gives you those 1,000-pound cows. They just pop right out. That's what they mature at. His heifers. Boy, there's a pretty one. Man, first calf. So she's just starting to spring a little bit. She'll probably be calving in May, April, May. There's a nice one. Whew. I've never seen our cows with this much condition almost March 1st. I mean, negative 25 below wind chill last week, and we still got cows that's got good flesh on them. That's the first calf ever, and she's got a calf on her. That's her calf right there. She has got a calf on her almost as big as she is. Well, they're still coming. I'm going to get on up that driveway. I hear a dog up there barking. And I always want to veer off stuff before it becomes an issue. We had some dogs fixed, and they're in that trailer up there. We got to keep them inside to keep the rain off their stitches for several days. And I can hear them up there barking. And those cows are walking right past that trailer. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. You all new to the channel, hit that subscribe button on the way out and that like button. I'd appreciate it. We're going to see you all down the road next time.